I'm going to be working on this lovely little book. This little lovely. Let me grab this feed. I want to make sure I can see you. I'm going to work on this little lovely. I'll tell you about it in a minute. And I grabbed a whole lot, a bucket full of mass makes, things that I make just, to have for myself to put in my junk journals that I can quick grab. So they're like journal cards and danglies and little corner covers and things like that. So I'll show you those in a second too. I just need to grab you so I can see your comments. I want to see who's here with me. So I got to open up Whatnot on my laptop here. Good morning. Good morning. Who else has their coffee? I got my coffee ready. I got a big jug of water here too, because I need to have that handy. Open show. Yes. Open the show and let me see who's here. Please say hello. Good morning, Zep Karen. How are you, Nancy? And Morocco's here. Hi, Marcia and Carol. Welcome, welcome. So let's talk about this. Let me tell you what I got going on here. What do you guys got going on today? It's a rainy, cool day here. Fine by me. I work inside, so it's not a big deal to me. But my poor husband's we own a landscaping and erosion control company, and it's really hard to landscape in the rain. It's impossible, actually. Hey, Darcy, how are you? Hey, Allie. Good morning from Alabama. Zeb Karen's working on errands. Hopefully it's a nice day for you to be running around out there getting your stuff done. Hey, Lori. Hey, Carol. Hello, hello. Welcome, everybody. So let's see. Yesterday was Christopher's birthday, and I made him an apple pie. That's what he wanted. So I spent my afternoon making an apple pie, which is okay. It was really good. It turned out beautifully, which I'm happy about. But apple pie was his gift. That's what he wanted. So that's what I made for him. Lennon was here for the weekend. My son came home from college for Dad's birthday, so that was nice to have him here. And my other son is in Orlando for a state competition. Okay, this journal is from Christy Sloan from My Artful Adventures. Now, she is a member of my private membership group, the Craft Therapy Club, and decided to join in on this fellowship activity that we have going on right now in the club, which is Junk Journals on a Journey, which, if you follow me on Facebook, you've seen I've participated in that before with other creative business owners, but this is for the members of the club. So if they choose to sign up, they get assigned to a group of 4. So I'm in a group of 4, 3 of the ladies and me. What we did this time was we created our own junk journal with 3 signatures. You can see she's got 3 signatures here. Hopefully you can see that. There we go, right in the middle. 3 signatures. So she creates the entire journal and the signature pages, and then she always sends it to the same person. So Christy will always send the book that she has to me. So she sent her book to me, and my job is to decorate half of her first signature. When I'm done with that, and we have a schedule for this, so by Wednesday, I will mail this out to the person I'm assigned to, and that person will get the book and she will decorate half of this. And then the book will go to the next person. She'll decorate half of this. And then the 4th round, the book goes back to its owner and it's half decorated. And the reason we're doing half decorated is because we want the owner of the book to be able to do what she wants with the book, right? Like have room to put pictures and stuff like that in there. So anyway, we included here. So here, this book belongs to, well, she hasn't written her name in there, Christy, but signature 1 is going to be decorated by me. So I'm going to put my name in there. That's kind of fun. Let me get a fun. There's a lot of purple in here, so I'm going to use my purple gel pen. Signature 1 by Grace Kurtz at the Comfy Nest. And I'm going to put my town. What I did say to the ladies, I think it's a really good idea to put something relative to your location, because we're all over the country. We're from all different places. So in the book, I will put in either a postcard of North Dakota or part of a map from North Dakota, something like that in my signature. So I'll work that in. And I meant to grab, I have postcards and I meant to grab one and I forgot. So I'll do that later. It's so bright, isn't it, Deborah? Isn't it so bright? Look at the pages. This is Christy Sloan from my Artful Adventures. Now, I'm having trouble figuring out what's up and what's down in this book. Because these pages, there's only one page in the whole book that I found appears to be up or down. And it's going opposite the cover. And that probably is my fault, because when I was showing the ladies this book earlier, I pulled a signature out and put it back in and I wasn't paying attention. These lily pads are upside down. Okay. The book cover, I was trying to figure out what's the front and what's the back. It's all could go either way other than those. And then I just discovered this morning. So this will be the signature that I decorate. Now it's right side up. Those lily pads should be going the right way. This book, what are these called, ladies? Are these daffodils? That's the only thing on the front that appears it needs to go this way, right? That's the top. Here are the stems. So these are the tops of the flowers. So that's the way this book goes. That's right side up. So I'm going to put this here. I'm in charge of the first signature. So when I'm done with the signature, I'll slip it back into that first spot. And these will go in the front. Now, this little sheet of paper, what we did was I included, they didn't have to fill this out, but if they wanted to give their teammates guidance, what we did was we gave this sheet that says, here's the guidance. My name is Christy. Note to friends and sweet chicks. Please feel free to decorate it any way you like. Now, if she said, I want this book to have a butterfly theme, she could put it there. And then theme or elements to include, like things she likes and colors I prefer and things to avoid. Okay, so that's in the front just to give the people helping to decorate her book guidance if she wants it to look a certain way. Okay, so this is what I'm in charge of. This signature. I don't know, you guys. What do you do with this? Do you let it float? Talk to me about ideas for decorating coffee filters and doilies. I say doilies as well because they're so fragile. They're so fragile. So what would you do? Give me some ideas for this. I could just leave it because I don't have to decorate every single page. I just need to decorate half of it. I've decided I'm going to leave this open because it's the very first signature of the book. And I don't want to put something on here, at least yet, that it's the first thing that you see. It's like prime real estate in a junk journal. So I'm going to start in the middle. I'm not going to start right there. Let me grab all of the things. Let me grab my bucket of things that I pulled out that I could possibly use here. Did I have the book upside down? I don't know what you mean. No, I think this is right side up because the daffodils, here are the stems to the daffodils. So I believe this is right side up. That's what I was saying. I wasn't sure about that. Add a backing to it, Deborah says. Think about it like a napkin and decoupage it onto something. Oh, interesting. That's a good idea. Ink the edges just on the page. Maybe put a fussy cut or a stamp on it. Yeah. So, Karen, the thing is, it's so fragile. It's not going to be able to hold much. It can't hold anything. If I put a pocket on there, to stuff something into the pocket, most of the time we work with regular, what do you call it? Printer weight paper. So that would really weigh this down in a way. So I was thinking about gessoing it and then adding some color to it. That's what I was thinking of. But I have a lot of, oh, she has a doily here too. I got a dainty doily. The dainty doily, I just think so pretty on a page. Yeah, I love that. There's one page I noticed is very busy. So we'll be doing something here. See, this is some sort of, maybe a phone book page. I don't know. I'm not sure. This is something from 1970. And then music sheet from Fantasia. But you see how busy they are next to each other? So I will definitely be putting something here to tone that down a little bit. Yeah, Deborah, gesso it and then add some color. That's what I'm thinking. That's what I'm thinking. I'm going to shut this overhead light off so that you don't get blinded by the light. Okay, so let me just, what I usually do, like if I'm ready to decorate pages, I go to my stash and I see what kinds of things I have that I could possibly put in here. Now, I have all these random envelopes, and I just wanted to see if there was one that struck me as what might fit in here well, purple or pink, and I don't see anything purple or pink. Let's do it quick. Nope. No, we don't want red. We don't want black. I mean, that one has lots of colors in it, but I don't think so. I don't think so. All right, that's okay. It's not a problem. I have this whole bucket, like I said, of stuff. Where did I put it? Right here next to me. So I'm going to start pulling this stuff, this bucket full of stuff, and pulling stuff out of it to decorate these pages with. And I don't know necessarily where I'm going to use everything, but I'm going to pick you up just a little because this bucket's pretty tall. Mary Engelbright. Yeah, I got those envelopes, I think, from a thrift store. There was just a pack of envelopes, and I always grab those. You're going to work on mine? Lori has my book. Hey, Lori Wallace has my book, and she's going to work on it today. Eek, it's so exciting. It's so exciting. I love it. Thank you for telling me that. That's such a cheerful thing. So I'm looking just to any other suggestions for what to do with the doily or the coffee filter. Okay, this is all little envelopes of things that I have made in the past, most of them. This one is not stuff that I made, but I was thinking I'd use the stuff in here, so I just pulled it. So here's what I'm talking about. This is all bits of embossed paper that I can grab and use in here. Now, so it's a purple, like a neutral would work. Here's a brown cardstock. Here's a white cardstock. Oh, that one's really beautiful. Another white cardstock. So a neutral would work, or if I had a purple in here, I can't really see real well because I'm trying to keep it so that you can see in it. I have a couple of purples, but they're not quite. Oh, here's one. Here's another one. It's like almost like a purpley blue. I'm bad with color names, so I just call it out like I see it. There are blues in here too. So maybe a blue would work, or a pink. So I'm going to grab just a few of those, just because I'm not sure where it's going to go. So those are embossed papers. These are journal tags that I've made in the past. They're fully decorated, or they could become flip outs, right? Like we could sew it in or glue it in or tape it in as a flip out. But these colors, that one would work. Let's do this. Let's put this here and flip through these. Like I do think that could work. Oh, this one has a lot of purple and it has a little fairy on it. And it's like a triple pocket. This is a triple pocket. It's got all kinds of tags and things in it. It's triple pocket that could be like another page or a flip out. I'm going to pull a couple of things, and if you see one that you think, oh, do use that, you tell me, okay? I have a purpley pocket. I have the owl. I'm just looking at, that's a pocket. Oh, they're upside down though. These are pockets, but they're much more flimsy. This one's cardstock. These ones are regular paperweight. That one I really like. It's very soft and pretty. She said she likes bright. Are these stuck together by accident? They appear to be. Or are they meant to be that way? Tracy, what did you do here? No, they're all meant to be that way. Yeah. You know what? I made this as a little, this isn't a pocket. This is just like a cluster of papers and lace and fabrics that I think of this like, it's visually interesting. It's fun to flip through. And then whoever gets the book, they can either use this as another little book in their book, or they can tear things off of here and use them to decorate their book. It's got blues, which actually that might be quite nice in there too. I'm thinking maybe these two. and put this one aside. You tell me if you see something you like. So these are all just like paper clusters that I've made. These are with the time cards that I was selling at the last auction. And I just think that clipped onto a page or, you know, glued on, or however, you could make it actually a tuck spot too if you glued it. They could be used however you want. That's the real nice thing about it. But let's look for colors. This is a journaling card. Looking for things that might really go with this book. I think I've got 2 from this pack. I think these 2. So what I'm doing is I'm just pulling these things and putting them aside out of my stash of handmade elements for journals. So I have some things to work with. I don't, this is nice because it's already made and I can pull it out and put it in the book. I don't have to go and make each and every element as I go. That's the nice thing about pre-making these. This is like a hodgepodge of stuff. That's an envelope. These are all little envelopes. Why are these little journal cards in with the envelopes? They're not the right color anyway, so I'm not going to worry about it. It looks like I need to organize that better. It's okay. Doesn't matter to me. Sometimes they're just in an envelope because like these are all the things I made one day and they just happen to go in one envelope. So I should organize them better than that. All right, let's look through these. I've got these picked out and I have some embossed papers picked out. But let's flip through these and see if there's anything else that we like. She said she wants bright. I don't think I'll put an owl and a pig per se, you know? Like, it's a really cool journal card. It's too big for this book, but I don't think I would put that in with these. I think I put these in here because I've got them printed on really nice cardstock, but I have not done anything with them, but they could be great little pockets in a book. She's got purple, like, see, there's a bit of green and blue. I could cut her, she is the same exact size as the signature. So like I could, oh my gosh, she's beautiful. I could put her in here as a pocket. Yeah, I might use her too. Okay, see what I'm doing? I'm just going through all these pre-made things. Berry purple pocket as a flip out. We could do that. Like that's what I'm saying. Like it's any of them are up for grabs. That's the nice thing about having these all pre-made. So sometimes when I'm creating and I don't necessarily want to work on a journal itself, but I want to make something, I'll make some of these little elements. So these are little Velcroed thingamajiggies. This one really, I don't know. Depends on the page, right? Like this would actually fit in here sideways, or it could flip out. But these are little Velcroed journal spots, tag holder, note holder kind of things. This one is a maybe. I don't know. Pulling it out. That's a maybe. Well, Gracie, actually, with the vibe I got going with these, that's kind of oldish. This one's kind of new. The paper has a new vibe, modern vibe. Maybe I should go with one of these softers. Yes, much better. This one. And this one might not have a pocket in it. I don't know. I make them all different. Yep, just a journaling spot. But she could, you know, obviously she could put a pocket in there if she wanted to. I see some gold popping out in the crown, gold here. It helps me to just kind of frame my mind on what is I want to do with these pages. These are little danglies, but they're quite modern. There's only this one that's not modern. Well, that paper is very modern, so I'm not sure that I'll use those. I've got more wax seals over here. I did want to pull some photos, and since I grabbed the photos, now these things I did not make, right? I also grabbed this paper ephemera pack that has frames because maybe I can frame a photo somewhere in here. These are, oh, we made master boards a long time ago in the Craft Therapy Club, and from the master boards, we made all these really cool, like hinged hearts and stuff. So maybe a hinged heart for her. Or like this one's just a plain heart. It's just gold. I like the color of this one a lot, actually. So she would have a little bit of a bunch of different things that I've made in this book, which I think is so fun. These are my like snippet rolls that I glue or sew onto the edge of pages to kind of give it a tab. Oh, here's a purple one with purple fabric and a purple paper heart. Yep, we use that one. We got the heart theme going. All right, see, it starts to all come together and become easier to pick because I have a starting point. These become my starting point as I start picking things you're building from. I have more dangles here that maybe I'll want to use, but I don't know yet until I get in there. These two, these are my little corner covers. I'll probably use those. I'm not sure. Let's see what's in here. These are like little window envelopes made out of junk mail. You know, like my credit card statements and stuff like that. So this is my pocket where I make those. Let's just see if there's one that strikes me. Maybe, maybe not. What's this one? I don't think so. Nothing's really popping out at me here, so I'm going to put these back. Okay. I have a ton of clusters here. So these are just decorative little elements like this that I'll have available if I needed to embellish something. I have a ton of these sitting around. That one has a blue bike with pink, and you know, it's a lot of blue and pink. Oh, here's a heart. There's another heart. Oh boy, the hearts. All right. We got 3 hearts picked. That was like not really intentional. It just came about. All right, let's see. How do we want to do it? So this, again, this page seems a little busy to me, although both papers are really gorgeous. The lamb is so cute. Thanks, Allie. I think that was a napkin. That was a napkin. I used a napkin to create that. Okay. So this lady I thought was really nice on that double page. Sometimes if I see, you know, I'm trying this out to see, and yes, I really like her there. So I'm going to just stick her in there because I think I'll put her there. So I'm going to go around now and just like decide where am I going to put all these things. So this, if I wanted this to be usually something like this, like a paper fabric lace cluster, I just clip it onto the page so that the person can take it out and use it how she wants to. So let's just see. See how this page is very, very plain, and then you could just simply clip that on there. It has cream colored paper on both pages, so that might be very pretty right there. So I'm going to clip it now, and I can change my mind later, of course. So I'm just initially doing some things to these pages. Now in here though, like I got to come up with something here that is going to break this up a little bit. So something rather plain. Like this I think is too busy in here. It's just too much going on for my eye. My eye can't take it. My little simple brain can't take it, but maybe one of these pieces of paper could be used to create a pocket. This is like the right size for that. It'll just kind of help your eye out a little bit. Or, you know, we could do another page in between, or we could do a flip out. Like this, if I open this like this, and this is here, it's really going to help your eye. Just breaks up that space a little bit. So I'm going to cut this down. I also have like pieces of decorative scrapbook paper, cutouts, cut-offs, like the leftovers for making journal pages. These are double-sided. But again, I wouldn't put this on here. I'm trying to lessen the busyness, and adding a pattern like this to it just adds more busyness. So I'm looking for something more plain, even like a book page or something to put in there. Do you see what I'm saying? Okay, so this one, let's cut this down a little bit because it has a margin on it that I don't like. That's just the way it fit in the embossing folder. So let's cut off that margin. We don't need that. And we got a little one on the other side too. So let's start there. Is anybody going to have some crafty time today? Lori said she's going to be doing some crafty time today. Anybody else? What do you got going on? Welcome, welcome to the Comfy Nest. If you're new here, thanks for being here. I'm in North Dakota. I love to create junk journals and do mixed media projects. I love to just explore all kinds of things, actually. Now that is really pretty. So decide, do you want it to be a spot to tuck things? Do you want it, I could cut it down like here and make it a pocket. I could glue it on and make it a flip out, or I could glue it on and make it an additional page. Thoughts? What do you guys think? I kind of like it right here. Let's do it. We're going to put it right here. So I'm going to glue it on. How am I going to glue it on? You have options: strips of fabric, strips of washi tape, strips of paper. So what I mean by that, I would take at least a 1-inch strip of something. Let's see. Well, this is actually rice paper, which is nice and sturdy, right? And it would need to be, I think, at least 1 inch so that I can glue it down here to secure that on there, and then it can fold and become the flip out. Now, my style is super grunge, you guys. I like things to be unusual. I like things to be grungy. Like this, I would, in my book, I would definitely use this off cut. I call them, like, this just a leftover piece of rice paper. I would do that in my book, but this is not my book. It's Christy's book, and I think she likes things a little, I'm not sure that she likes grunge. So I'm going to look for something else. So I've got painted papers here I could use. But I'm going to go to fabric. I'm actually going to open my fabric drawer and try to find a strip of fabric that I can use, because I think that would add some nice texture and be nice and soft and pretty. Where's the right drawer, Gracie? So I have these little bins with all like my scraps of, and these are my thicker strips that are just like leftover strips from things. And these all might be a little too dark, but let's take a peek. Yep, I'm not sure that I like any of those. These I think are just a little bit too thin. It is 1 inch. I want something kind of neutral. I mean, that's like cutting it real close in terms of making them stick together. So let me look at my other bin. I have 2 of these. Here we have some bigger pieces, bigger strips. They might not, oh, this one has stars on it. I don't know that we want stars. I want neutral though, not Merry Christmas. The blue might, no, maybe not. Wow, I have you guys, gobs and gobs and gobs of fabric in bins, but the little strips, I put these right next to me in my drawer so that I have stuff to use, like right on hand to use when I need it. I don't like any of those, to be truthful. We might end up going with something really neutral like this. This, or perhaps that. I don't know if I have enough of those, but let's see. Let's just see. Let's just work it out. So, girls, I don't have much room on my table, so it's a real struggle to fit everything in on screen. Okay. There's this, and I have this. This one might be too short. I really want to feel better. 2 crafty things today. Maybe I'll feel better if I go ahead and do some crafty things. Yes, Deborah. Maybe something really light and easy, simple. Zep kind of says, maybe I'll be able to do something this afternoon. Good for you. Carol's going to work on her little golden book. What story is it, the little golden book? Like, this size is actually perfect, and that is quite neutral. I like it better than this because this has a pattern, and I'm trying to really soften this up. This is the one. This is the one we're going to use, and I'm going to use my matte gel medium to glue this down. I gotta dig it out, girls. We gotta dig it. Dig it out. This is gonna be rather wet. But, well, you know what? I do have now, I did open a new bottle of, where is it? My water's in the way, my coffee's in the way. My table is so full of stuff, it's not even funny. Where is my Fabri-Tac? Where is my Fabri-Tac? I know I have one. Ready to go, girlfriends. Oh, gravy, Gracie. All right, when in doubt, take a sip of coffee. It always helps. If I use my matte gel medium, this page is going to be so wet in the meantime. It'll be hard to get anything else done. And I can't find my... Who took it? I'm stumped, girl. Who took my fabric? Oh, it's hiding behind my cutter. There it is. Cute little stinker. Oh my gosh. The lack of space is a real issue when you're trying to do a live demo when you have a tiny space. Why is that pent art like showing on the screen like that? Does anybody know? Why is that showing like that? How do I get rid of that? I just noticed it. I mean, if you could move your, how? If you swipe to the right, you get rid of all the words and stuff. I'm not selling anything today. I mean, you could look at the buy it now, but if you're not interested, the thing is, if you just want to see what I'm doing, you won't. If you're on your phone, you may lose your comments for a while, but I don't know. Why is that on there, and can I get it off? Let me see if I can just get it off there. I'm going to see if I can get it off there. Just give me a second, girls. Product actions. There, I did it. I fixed it. All right, we're going to do gluey glue all over this thing. Still be a little bit wet, but I think less so than the matte gel medium. But I trust both of these glues immensely for holding this down forever, right? Like, she's not going to have to worry about it. Hold on, girls. We got some little dark fabric bits on there. Fabric schmitz. I need to get off of there. All right, here we go. Gannon did his competition yesterday. He presented yesterday. He ran out of time. He's in Orlando for International DECA competition. He qualified in Innovation Design Projects was his category. And he was so nervous yesterday. He called us and he's like, I got to go on in like an hour. And he said, I'm really nervous because I'm one of the only, there's like 3% of the presenters at this competition are doing it alone. He said, almost everybody who's participating in this competition is doing it. Man, I hope that does not leave marks there. I will have to cover it up if it does. Do you see that? I hope it dries well. I don't really like that at all. Do you see what it did there? Come on now. I'm going to add more glue. So he was so nervous yesterday. Like, he was like, I'm like one of the only people doing it by myself. And he said, everybody has like video, audio, visual, like things to use in their presentation. And I don't. He used binders. So he was going old school. He used binders for his presentation papers, and he was going to hand them out to all the judges. And I think he only had one judge, actually. That's how it worked out. You can have up to 3 judges, I think. So he had all these binders ready. He said they like weighed 5 pounds in his bag and his luggage. Took up some space in his luggage, but he took them with him. And he was practicing. He had a really good presentation on this innovative new product that he was creating. So it's innovative design. And he said the woman who was his judge was an English teacher, and she had a ton of science questions. And Gannon can answer them because he's a total science brain. So he did fine with that part. But he said he ran out of time, which is unfortunate. Hopefully that doesn't count against him. All right. If this glue acts funny like that, I will cover this with something. It won't. I don't think it'll be an issue. To me, I just will cover that with something else if the glue acts funny and shows up there. But we have this little flip out here now. Okay. Okay. This is going to go here, I think. Do I want to do something here? Maybe. One of these soft blues. Lots of blue on this page. Maybe I'll create a little pocket. Look at that one. That's like a metallic paper almost. It has that really pretty design on it. Maybe I will create a little tuck spot here, tuck spot pocket. And then I can actually, before I send this off to her, I can add more things to this. I think I'm going to fussy cut this around that flower. So that it's kind of the same shape as the flower. Like that. And then let's glue this down here. I need you to scooch for a minute just so I can do my thing here. All right. I love embossed paper too, Carol. Do you guys all use it in your books, or how do you use embossed paper? Let me ask that question instead of saying, do you use it in your books? Because maybe you use it in other ways. How do you use embossed papers in your creative life? I would love to know because they are just so beautiful and so simple. If you have the machine, I did not have the machine for the longest time. I just did not want to invest in one. Although I don't really use it for die cuts. I use it just to emboss that big shot thing. All right, I'm not going to stick anything in there now because it's still wet and it needs just time to cure. So I'm just going to leave it be and close this page back up. And then I'll go back after I get like the main elements down and we'll start adding more stuff to these pages. In fact, I'm going to put this, I'm going to clip it here and then the clip can help that stay in place. Okay. Oh, geez, here we go with one of these. Now, this is really plain. We could do a whole lot of stuff there. Let's look and see about if we have a photo that we might want to put in her book. Like we could put maybe not. I don't know. This was a pack. I bought a junk journal from somebody on Etsy once, and she included this free gift, and it had that photo and a bunch of little things that she made. Oh, this is a little doily on a bulb pin. How cute, as a little dangle. That's bright. She said she wants it bright. Oh, and this is just a little cluster with a wooden button on top. That is really cute. All right, let's just leave those up there because I'm not sure. But I'm looking for maybe a photo that I could include on this page. This kid's really awfully cute. Now, this is an oval doily, so there's almost no photo that's going to fit in there in an oval shape. So does that bug your brain? In a way, when I look at something like that, I'm like, that's kind of weird. But then it's really not that weird. I mean, it really isn't. If you like it, I think you do what you want to do. Let's just look through some of these. I like her too. I like how old that is. I like that it was, oh my gosh, it was taped down at some point. It's got tape on it on the back. What does this say? It's in another language. I can't read it. 23. I can't make out anything but 23 on here. This says 1995. Or maybe it says 1915 or 1935. It's really hard to read. probably 1935. She's freaking interesting. I like her a lot. She's an angry elf. Wait, what does it say? 1965. I, Abigail, maybe? I don't know. Abigail, no, she's not happy. She's not a happy girl. She's not a happy girl. I don't. I forget to look at the back of these sometimes. Oh, look at this cool dude. 1969. Looks like he's sitting somewhere on a European trip, sitting in a cafe having coffee outside. I don't know. I like to make up stories in my mind with these photos. Look at these three little show-offs. Beograd, 1965. I don't know what it says. I can't read it. This guy's on the water. He's on a ship or a boat. Oh yeah, let's see what he's doing. September 1970. Different language. Can't read it. I have no idea where I got these. I probably bought them off Etsy, or a Whatnot auction or something. I don't think it was Whatnot, because I got these before I started doing Whatnot, but you know what I mean. I just bought them from somebody. Oh my gosh, they're cute. It needs to be a littler photo though, like it's on this page, I think. Okay, I'm really liking her. I was pulling the little photos. This guy, there's a lot of glue on the back there, and again, a different language. He has a stamp on him. I might put the two of them here to decorate this page, and maybe I could put something behind them or use one of these frames. I have all these purple frames and this ephemera pack. Well, this one's not purple, but no, I don't think I want a frame. I don't think I do. Not that one anyway. It would be kind of cool to do some kind of collage and use the frames off center. Wouldn't that be cool? I want these two together though. Looks like mother and son. I don't want to lose the purple stamping on this. Now they're kind of wiggly waggly on here, so I'm having trouble like envisioning. I like to do placement before I actually glue anything down, just to see if I use this. Oh my gosh, I think this is so cool, you guys. And what if I only glue, because these have purple backgrounds on them. No, I did like it just like that, Gracie. Why are you messing with what you got going on? I think I'm going to do this, and I'm going to do it in a way so that she can pull the photos out. Do you think it's possible? Do you think? And then, do I have other elements in here that I could use? Like I have tickets. This whole pack came from 49 and Market, and it has like all matching tickets and tabs and all kinds of stuff. So maybe I could do a collage of things since they all match. Maybe a pop of green would be fun. Here's some more blue. I'm looking at the colors. Ooh, they're falling all over. Get back in there, you. All right, I don't need any of you anymore. Oh, actually, these little things. Let me check comments. I'm not seeing any comments. Morning, watching quietly from work. Shauna, hello, my dear friend. Allie says, I just inherited a big red Sizzix with a huge handle. Does anyone know if I can use that? Yeah, of course you can. Yeah, I'm sure you can. I don't have the machine to make it up. Been thinking about purchasing some embossed paper, but I haven't yet. That's interesting, Marcia. I was thinking about making more embossed papers and selling them as packs in the Whatnot auction. Because for those of you who don't have a machine and you don't want to invest in one. I was like that for literally for years. I was like, I'm not paying for another machine. I'm not doing it. I was thinking about making little tabs on these. Should I? Or if I make these so that they could be pulled out, I could tab these. I don't know. We're going to hold those for a minute and see. I would like to be able to glue these down so that these can slip in and out. So see, if I glue this down really tightly right there, I could slip her in like that. I think that would be super freaking cool. So let's just do it. Like, stop thinking about it, Gracie. Oh, though I was going to see, like, I think I clogged my thing already. I was going to see about the tickets. Do we want to include some colorful tickets to just make like a big or a very cool collage cluster of things instead of just the frames with the people? So again, I can't do it without, I need help visualizing. I really do. So kind of like it like that, but that's not how I had it because she was not interfering with him the way I had it originally. I might have to do them separately, but if I had her as a cluster and we could pop her in there, and then I have him as a cluster and we can pop him in here, that would be kind of neat, wouldn't it? All right, let's do it that way. And maybe I just use these little tickets as additional decoration. Which way are you going to pop, dude? Are you going to go in this way? Because it matters for these tickets. The tickets are just interesting and add color. That's what we're going for there. If I did something like that. Is that too much? Maybe I just do one of them. But I think they're both darling. Get up. Might not use these tabs. All right, let's get her on there and not overthink this too much. I like where these are, so I'm gonna glue them down. Oh, you stinker. Where's my little... That's what I get for not covering it. I'm so bad, you guys. I'm so bad at this. These glues. Does anybody know about, to answer Deborah or Allie's question when she says, I just inherited a big red Sizzix, can she emboss with it? I don't have a Sizzix. I've never had one, but I believe you can. I would definitely, that is something I would go to YouTube and type in embossing with a Sizzix and see if you know the name of your Sizzix too. That would help. Like Sizzix has been around for a long time, so I bet there's a whole bunch of them. I don't have one, so I don't know, but I do see all the time at the thrift store Sizzix die cuts and things. That probably would be a good used one to invest in because you can find lots of things at the thrift store. Or at least I can in North Dakota. I don't know about you guys. Deborah, you would love some embossed cardstock. I'll do that then. I would love to do that. I love to emboss. I just find it so fun and relaxing. Okay, she is going to go up here and I'm going to make it so that she can tuck in here. Do you see what I'm saying? Like I want her to be loosey-goosey so that if Christy wants to take her out and use her for something, she sure can. So, Lucy, I want her loosey-goosey. So this will be just glued down here and here to make a really strong tab for holding her in. I don't know. I feel like sometimes my mind works very differently than a lot of people. So this stuff, I hope it's interesting to you. I hope it inspires you to think differently. I don't know why my brain works the way it does, but it does. I need you to straighten out a little bit. Straighten out or fly right, dude. All right, she's going to get stuck in there like that. And then let's see about this dude down here. It would be really cute to have mom and child. And I think he's so small, I think I'm going to have to tuck him from the top. She's big enough, I can tuck her from the bottom and I think she'll stay. But him, I kind of want him down in the lower right. I think he's going to have to tuck this way. So glue here and here. But before I do that, let's figure out the tickets. Maybe I could move the whole darn thing over a little bit more. And then build some color down here with these tickets. How do you want to do this, Gracie? Maybe like that. Yep, just like that. So see, I like the positioning. I'm holding it with my fingers, and I'm just gonna try to glue these without well, this one I might move all the way. This one I'm just gonna leave it right where it is. I'll glue. Well, I know where it's going now, so I can add a little. I want it a little more in this corner. We'll do that. Stay in place. I need you to stay. And then this is going to go right here. So we're adding pops of color on this very neutral page. We've got all like creamy aged paper and then a doily. So it's very, very bland, this page. And we're adding some pops of color. She said she wanted color, bright. She likes bright. And she said she also likes, what did she say on her sheet? I like bright and I like vintage. I think she said vintage. Let me see. Yeah, I even like vintage. So these vintage photos are just really gonna help her out that way. And then we're just gonna glue this, the two thick corners actually, or sides, two of the thickest. This one and the bottom one is the thickest, and then the two sides are thick. So we're gonna put glue on those two. Let's move you away for a second so you don't get any glue on you, dude. And we're gonna do this. Catch any oozy gloozy. I hope you guys can see. I know the lighting isn't the best, and I apologize for that. So he's going to get stuck in here. Now, he's really little. He's smaller than the tuck spot. So I feel like I need to have a little tabby or something on him so that you can grab him more easily. But I don't want to ruin the photo. Like, I don't want to put anything over. I'm going to go to my fabrics and just grab a little tiny tabby that I can use. So let's come to this. Actually, a pop of yellow would be really cute on here. Or a pop of pink. Or should we go brown? Should we go like a grungier? Pink, brown, or yellow? Please vote. Voting begins now in the comments. Pink, brown. Oh, where'd the yellow? Where'd the yellow go? Is that the one? Yeah. Pink, brown, or yellow tab on here. What do you think? What do you think? I'm thinking either brown or pink. Oh, Grace, I would be interested in some of your painted grunge papers. Just saying. Oh, Callie, that's good to know. That's good to know. I did give you guys in the Craft Therapy Club, I gave you those 2 painted papers as a printable. So those are available in, I think they're actually in your Podia. They're also in the club. I haven't finished my wedding scrapbook yet because I want to emboss paper. I'd buy some. Oh, good, Allie. That's good to know. All right. Thank you for telling me that, ladies. Lori says, I think so. Callie says, I haven't gotten Lori's book yet. I am really hoping it comes. Oh my gosh, no kidding. I was mistaken. I think I said on one of the lives that yesterday I said in the Craft Therapy Club that I had to have this out today. No, I don't have it. Wednesday is our day, right? To send them out. Oh, several people, Deborah, wanting the cardstock. All right, I will do it. I will actually emboss some for the Wednesday. I have an auction on Wednesday, so I'll do some for Wednesday. Yellow, you guys like the yellow. It is unanimous. You all like the yellow. All right, kids, you win. Let's put a little yellow tabby on him, and it can be, I don't want to lose that stamp. Do you see that purple stamp on there? It's just so perfect for this page. It doesn't have to be right here, right? I could put it here. You do whatever you want. This is my point. That's my point. Do whatever you want, girls. I know, like, where's my scissors? I know that convention might say, oh, put it right here, but you don't really have to do what convention says. Let's get a little piece of this and see about creating a little tabby. And I like that it's a little ratty. It's not quite perfect piece of fabric. I could put it here. No, I think I am going to put it here. No, not like that. I think I'm going to put it just like this. And if I do it right, I won't cover up all that stamp. So I think I'll put it something like that. You know, at some point you just have to say, well, then do it. Like, just stop talking about it and just do it. All right. Or sticking you down. This, I always feel like I have butterfingers. Like anything that requires very small bits of work, I'm like, I don't feel very, like my fingers work real good for stuff like this. I like there to be a loop. I don't want to just, I like it to kind of puff up a little bit. You know, I don't want it to be small. I like it to really stick out. The whole point is that it's a little tab for grabbing. So you would need to have something there to grab at. Yep. Someone wrote on his hat, strangely enough. Maybe it was part of the stamping. Oh my gosh, that's adorable. Should I add a tab to her too? I don't, she doesn't really need one. But oh my gosh, is that cute with that little piece of fabric popping out? I love this. And really, actually, all of this could be journal space if need be. Here, I did grab in my big bin this. These would be cool to use too at some point, but I have these which have dates on them. Oh my gosh, this one says special file. How cool would that be to use on here? And it's written in purple. Again, with the little tiny things, my hands just don't feel very adept at it, but I do the best I can. This is special file. How fun is that? I think I'm going to glue it right here. Yes, I am. And actually, I think I do have a purple. I do. I have a purple Distress ink pad. It's very purple. It's very, very, actually, it might be too purple. Hold on. Oh, wrong way. This one is called Wilted Violet. It is very bright. Perhaps instead of purple, I will use this bluish chipped sapphire. Don't ask me. I have no idea which one of these goes with which. I just know I can tell this one's blue. And I can't handle like every color having its own. I tried it and I have a little bit of that, but it stresses me out more than it's worth doing. So I just, girls, I can't. Please forgive me. For those of you who would love to be organized, I can't do it. Not for this. Not for this. It doesn't matter that much to me. Okay. Cute, right? And I'm going to glue this here. I just think that's going to be so cute. But I'm wondering, do I want to do something else with that color of ink that I just pulled out? Since I used a little bit of it here. Special file. How cute. Come on, sticka. Stay. Mama Mern. What is that tool on your finger? They're little finger daubers, I think they're called. And they look like this when you get them. You buy, well, that one's used actually too. You buy them, I got mine off Amazon. And you just stick them on your finger and you get a whole bunch of them. I don't know if they have any brand new ones next to it. You get a whole bunch of them and then you can just, I just keep them in this bag because If it's orange, I'm just going to use it on any orange I have. I am not that specific. Some people like to have one for every single color, but I just like, this is my orange one, that's a green one, this one's a blue one, and whenever I use a blue, I use this one. I have some of these, and I don't mind them, like that one's for Fern, but again, I don't want to have an applicator for every single color. It just drives me batty. It's too much for my brain to handle. So on Amazon, finger daubers. Look for finger daubers. Yeah, I think they're called finger daubers. Yes, that's right. You got it. Go to my store on Amazon, the Comfy Nest with Grace. Like if you Google the Comfy Nest with Grace Amazon store, my storefront will come up, and then go to the section called Craft Supplies You'll Love, and they're probably in there. Okay, this now, that's what I was thinking. Maybe I could add some this color on here. What do you think? What do you think? Let me get, this is just cardstock. This is watercolor paper. So I'm going to just come around with this blue. I might have to pull it out again because I'm going to run out quick. Yeah. I'm going to come around and add some of that color. Oh yeah, that wet it pretty well. I'm going to do the edges first, and then if I decide I want more, I can do more of it. But let's do I'm super visual, you guys. I need to see it to know what I'm doing here. So I'm going to do the edges. And then I'll come back, I'll pull this piece of paper out and look at it, and then see, do I want to do more? Yes, I do. I think maybe I just do the lace edging and leave the center white. And it's going to be variegated in the fact that it's going to be applied more heavy in some places than others, and I'm totally cool with that too, because it's grungy, like not grungy, but vintagey. It looks old. Old and worn is kind of what we're going for. Yeah, I love that a lot. I love that a lot. Let's do the other side with the same color. Oh, look at how pretty that is. Are you kidding me now? Are you kidding me now, folks? Put it in the same place, and let's do it again. Trying not to push too hard because I don't want to rip it. Now we discovered that we can use our doilies as stencils. How do you like them apples? Speaking of apple pie. Guys, there's like a quarter of a pie left. We ate half of it last night. There were 4 of us, and we all took big pieces. We ate half of the pie, my husband's birthday pie, last night for his birthday. And then I gave a quarter of the pie to Maddie, Landon's girlfriend. Landon was like, I think Maddie needs to take some pie with her. She has her own apartment. But no fruit, so she lives in an apartment. Like, she's not on a campus apartment at college, so she lives in her own apartment, and she doesn't really like to cook for herself. So Lennon said, I think she needs a piece of pie. So I put a quarter of the pie in a container for Maddie to take. So we have a quarter of a pie, and I almost had a piece this morning for breakfast. What do you vote? Pie for breakfast, yay or nay? Do you do it or don't you? That is something I would totally do on vacation, but I would not make a regular habit of it. I cannot afford it with my weight the way it is. Although I love pie, I just can't afford it. My body can't do it. What do you think of this page, you guys? I really like it. I love the interactive of it. You know, a little like this being pulled blank. I think if I put anything on there, it's just going to be too busy. So I'm leaving it blank, although it makes me, I'm like a little itchy about it. This I'm going to put back here. We got soft blues. And this is even a blue lace right here. And we've got our little pocket right here. In fact, this pocket is probably dry enough now that I could stick something in it. So let's look at all of the tuck spots and stuff that I grabbed. Let me put these photos back in their little bin. The things for tucking. What could I tuck in there? I had, this is that little cluster. And actually, I want to use that to decorate. I don't want to tuck that in. Didn't I have some? Where's the owl? Here's the owl. I'm not tucking him in there. I think he needs to be kind of a center stage thing. But this little journaling card How would that look in there? Is it too hidden? See, even the way that you tuck things into your pages could be decorative, right? Like, you know, I have a gold seal on there, and that sticking out, it could be partially decorative, but I'm not loving it. So I just wanted to point out that you could use those things as part of the decoration on your pages. I probably will stuff something in there. I just don't know what yet. So I'm not going to belabor it. We're just going to move on. So where are we at here? We're decorating half of these pages. We're to leave half of them alone so that the person who gets the book can do something. I do not want to cover Fantasia. This is Fantasia, our favorite Scotch melodies. It says Fantasia, but maybe she's Fantasia. And I'm going to make her a pocket right here. She's a little bit big, just a tish. So I'm going to take a little bit off the bottom because we won't miss any of her dress. But I don't want to cut her head. So I'm going to come in the bottom of this and just take a smidgen of this off. I don't measure anything most of the time. I just guesstimate. It's still too long. I actually don't mind if that creamy colored paper is seen around the edges of this tuck spot. I think it kind of makes like a little frame for the tuck spot. So I cut it slightly smaller. And in fact, there's nothing that says that this has to go right to the edge. I could put this tuck spot here and retain all of this information that says 1970 Fort Worth, Kohl's, page 439. So I think I'm going to glue it right there so that we retain what's on that page, and then she'll still have this space to put something in there. Hope that all makes sense. Just I like to talk you through my thoughts, like why I do what I do, and maybe, you know, you might not like it. You might be like, well, I wouldn't do that. Then that's fine. But maybe you hadn't thought of doing it that way, and the goal is to inspire you to think differently or try something different. Particularly, you know, sometimes I see people do things, and I'm like, that's genius. I never would have thought of that. And then I can emulate it. I can use their inspiration to do something really fun in my book that I would never have thought of. It's kind of the same thing I'm trying to hope to do for you. All right, we're holding it down tightly. I'll hold it up close to the screen in a minute here so you can see what I'm talking about. I just had orange cranberry Belvita crunchy biscuits. Ooh, easy. And I'm struggling to stand to cook, so I'm glad I had them in the pantry. That sounds yummy. Don't you do crafts on Facebook? Joposkus. Yes. I'm on Facebook regularly. My private membership club, the group, is on Facebook, and I started it 6 years ago on Facebook. So I've been on Facebook for almost 10 years, sharing live. I'm also on YouTube and share live every Friday on YouTube. So yes, ma'am, you can find me by the same name. You love this girl. This I bought off of Etsy, an artist, and I believe her name is Cheryl Francis, but I want to absolutely give her props. So give me a second. I'm going to look on my computer. I have a file just for her because I've bought enough of her artwork on Etsy that I just created a file for her on my computer. Well, it's on my other computer, so let's see. Cheryl. Hold on, girls. I'm going to try to find it. Yeah, Cheryl Francis Art. If you look up Cheryl Francis Art, all is one word, on Etsy, that's where she came from. And she has some beautiful, beautiful printables that you can purchase. Isn't she gorgeous? I'm going to hold this up close so you can see what I mean about that page. I wanted to retain the top of this page that came from something. I don't know what it came from. Right. This is impossible to see from camera, but it says 1970 Fort Worth. Kohl's. There's a little windmill, and it says page 439. And I didn't want to lose any of that. So I put that tuck spot there so that I don't lose any of that, and I can still, oh my gosh, that might be perfect right there. Girls, the Velcro underneath here and my little wax medallion just work as a little stopper to stop it from fitting all the way in there. That's just perfect for me right there. So there we go. All right, what time is it? I have plans at 10 a.m. with a girlfriend to get together for coffee. I haven't seen her in ages. This I'm just going to check on because remember we had a little bit of wet glue going. So this I may need to do something to cover that because I don't like the way that glue looks under there, but it's okay. It's okay. I got that. Well, I'm going to spend a few more minutes, maybe 5 or 10 more minutes. We got this little clip on. We got a little pocket here. We did this page. We did some inking over here. We got this. We're making really good progress. I'm trying to do every other page. We were, as part of our Junk Journals on a Journey, we were going to be doing half pages. So, or half of the pages in the journal so that whoever, when she gets her original, when the person, Christy, whose book this is, when she gets it back, she still has room to do things that she might want to on these pages. That was the idea. Now, remember I had this, I don't want to cover Fantasia, but this is like a little, this could go here. That would be really pretty right there. Let's put this right here. It's not covering the whole page. Oh, it will cover that Kohl's, but I just salvaged it on the other side. These are little fabric edges, like they're just strips of fabric and paper that I make, and then I keep them in a folder so that when I'm looking for more decorative elements for my pages, I have it. And it can become partially like a little tab on this page, and it has a little heart on it. How cute is that? It's a snippet roll, so I've ruffled on some purple fabric and then put on top of it a little, it's just a piece of book paper that I shaped into a heart, and then I outlined it in purple with a marker, and then I sewed that all together with a zigzag stitch with a piece of book page as a backing, so that would become a decorative element on that page. Cute. And I love when things stick out. That I'm a huge fan of that. I likely would put, like here, I think what I could do here, if I wanted to do something more decorative, I think something lace would be really pretty here. I have my corners. Where are my corners? My page corners. Very much like the snippet roll, but I do these ones in the shape of corners. So that is a left, upper left. This is upper right. I can tell by what's on the front there. So I have corners for all four, but I make little bunches of these. And then like I can glue this down here and have something decorative if I wanted to. I don't like it on this page, so it's not going to go there. But I have it ready and waiting for a page. Like I do like this little birdie. And I do like the little bit of yellow iridescent fabric. I stamped on it. Kind of fun having it hang out. Like if I put it on the biggest page in the signature, then I have this hanging out the edge, which I just love. So yes, I think I will use that one on the back of the music sheet here. Okay, so I'm actually going to put the glue here. Jeez Louise, Grace, I lost control. And then we're going to glue this down. Now this is a little wonky. It is not a complete 90-degree angle. Is that the right angle? I'm bad at geometry, you guys. Bad, but it's not a complete 90. It's wonky. I don't mind it being wonky. I actually really like things wonky in my books because I think it makes it visually interesting. But see how this is popping out a little bit? I love that. It's going to pop out of her book a little bit. I might move it in just a tish, and it looks like I need a little glue right in here to get that to stay. Oh, on this side too. I didn't put the glue far enough down to hold that in place. Now it's not a tuck spot. You could make it that way, but I didn't make it to be a tuck spot. I made it to be a decorative corner. Yep, I've got some oozing glue. So I better check the back and grab that off there. But that to me is so interesting kind of popping out of the book so that when we're flipping through, we will, I always think, what is on that page? I can't wait to get there and see what's over there. And then you will eventually flip and get and see this little bird there. All right. We're making really good progress. I put this, why did I put this in there? I think it just fell in there. I don't think it was meant to be in there. I was thinking about putting a date on this page. And I might still do that. Let me put my corner edges away. I might have to make more of these. I have my top right, I only have 2 more for the top right position. All the other ones are these positions. Okay, that one's done, but let's see about perhaps using one of these dates on here. Don't need that either. Is there room for a date? He's so cute. I don't think so. I think I like it just the way it is, so I'm going to leave it. All right, girls. My schedule for the week is available now. So if you're not on my Telegram, join the Telegram, because I always do live reminders, like notifications when I'm going to be live on Telegram. Also, I sent out an email this morning to everybody on my email list with this week's schedule and all the links to the lives that I did last week so that you could quickly click on it if you missed anything. Some of those are club links, so you would need to be a member of the club to see them. But, you know, if you want to join the club, you can let me know that. But I include them just to make it easier for everybody to find the things that you're looking for. You've been in shows with me over on Facebook? Yes, I'm on Facebook for sure. I'm checking to see if I lost. Oh, coffee for breakfast, pie for after coffee. Good idea, Allie. She loves the pop of blue and purple. Thank you. I'm glad you do. I hope that Christy loves it. Mama, she says always if it's in the house. She'll always have pie for breakfast. If it's in the house, she says yay. Yay to pie for breakfast. I love it. All right, ladies. Thank you for being here with me. Please go and bookmark my shows. We are going to definitely hop into somebody else's live right now to support them. And when we do that, let me get you up off this thing. Hang tight, girls. When we do that, you might get a glimpse at my whole table now. When we do that, I always ask, if you don't mind, to just give like a little Crafty Chicks shout out. In the comments when you get there, you'll see a row of chicks on the comments on the screen now, like that. If we all give them a row of chicks, they'll know that we all came over from the Comfy Nest with Grace. That helps me out a lot. Please bookmark my shows. I have a live auction coming up on Wednesday, and I will try to do some embossed papers for you guys for Wednesday. Let's do a raid. Let's see who's out there. Let's see. Looking Glass Lane is doing vintage decor, and she is friends of mine. So let's see. Is there anybody else? Looking Glass Lane. Let's head on over to her. Let's go say hello. I'll hang out in there with you too. I have a $5 credit, so maybe I'll find something to buy and I can use my $5 credit. We'll see. Let's head on over there. Thanks for being here, you guys. Love you all. You're welcome, Mama. I appreciate you.